Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Dior, and this is Kingdom Death Monster. Let's do the settlement phase. So first things first, we return. We need to get endeavors first. So we have 4 returning survivors, and then we have 1, 2, 3 tinkers. So that's 7 endeavors right off the bat. 1, 2, 3. So that's 4 for the survivors, 3 for Tinker. There was the hunt event where if we actually survived and came back, we get +2 endeavors. So that's an additional there. And then we get +1 endeavor for every 10 population thanks to collective toil. So right now it was 28, but we gained 3 population from the hunt events, just purely from the hunt events and the overwhelming darkness. So we're at 31 survivors, so that's another 3. And then this will be for updating the timeline. So that brings us to a whopping looks like 7, 10, 12 endeavors. And we have plenty of things we can use those endeavors for. And then after that, it's just update timeline, settlement events, and then trigger story events. There are no story events, but it is year 19, which means we do fight. We don't have a hunt this year. We're going to have Kingsman level 2. So we'll take a look at that in a bit. So let's go ahead and take a look at Kingsman first before we draw a card. So is that Kingsman level 2? So instead of 12 cards, it has 16 cards. It has 6 movement, 15 toughness. It still has weak spots, so you can get it down to at least, I think, 11. +1 speed, +1 damage. And it's going to have Silent Hymn as a new trait card. Silent Hymn is... Let's see, Kingsman. Silent Hymn. At the start of Survivor's turn, all survivors gain -1 movement token. Survivors with less than 1 movement may still move 1 space. When a survivor's movement is reduced to 0, they suffer a random brain trauma. Remove all tokens that survivor gained from Silent Hymn. At any time, a survivor may spend all their survival to remove all tokens gained from Silent Hymn. But you have to spend at least 1. So very much like the Butcher, where he can gradually make you go insane, this one's going to gradually slow you down until you start going you die from brain traumas. So definitely going to be very much a DPS race that we want to take advantage of. It's at the start of survivors' turns, which means even at the beginning we're going to have -1 movement token. So not a good thing. Alright, let's go ahead and take the cracks in the ground. Shuffle. Nickname. Alright, every returning survivor gets a nickname. Roll 1d10 on all 3 tables below. Add nickname to the survivor's current name between their first and surname. A survivor may only be nicknamed once a lifetime. Alright, so we'll go in order. We'll do 3d10, and it's going to be in order of these as well. Hopefully we don't suffer too much things. And if you have pictograph, you could do renames and stuff like that. And you can do another roll on the tables above. So, Yuka is first. Roll 3d10. 9, 2, and 4. Wise Sneak of the Lantern. I'm just going to put it down here. Okay. Next is Ringo. Fortunately got a -1. Foolish Fool of the Lion, I think? No, of the Antelope. So, Foolish Fool of the Antelope. -1 accuracy. I could re-roll the Foolish, but I'm not going to. We're just going to get rid of the nickname part. Just do that. Alright. Hatate is next. Alright, foolish sneak of the antelope. Oh, man. Antelope. Well, good thing Hatate attacks a million times. She can't hit anything now. And then last one is Shikiaki. 694. Brainless Savior of the Lantern. There we go. Pretty harmless. We lost some stats, which sucks. It always sucks. But that's alright, because I'm not expecting these people to live forever anyway. Most of them are kind of achieved their goals, getting the guitar special mastery and things like that. In fact, I'm not going to send Hatate on another hunt. She kind of gotten everything she needed. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Alright, that is it for that. So let's go ahead and take care of innovations. So we need to do one this, and one that. Put this back with the resources. And then we need to shuffle the innovation deck. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have Bloodletting Pictograph, Forbidden Dance, and Nightmare Training. So additional effects of Forbidden Dance is when a survivor uses the Synchronized Strike, Secret Fighting Art, reroll missed attack rolls once, which is pretty useful. Unfortunately, I don't have anyone using Synchronized Strike, because everyone's been getting actually really good fighting arts lately. Nightmare Training gives us the ability to permanently increase accuracy and strength, as well as proficiency levels in exchange for survival points. So, pretty good usefulness. Pictograph gives us the ability to run away. Now, one thing I'm going to go ahead and look up right now is I need to look up the showdown for the White Knight, or not the White Knight, but the Kingsman. So if we lose against the Kingsman, he will destroy the pottery innovation that we have. So that's something we need to keep in mind. So running away is... I mean, the benefit of running away is you avoid death as the potential consequence. Pictograph would get us access to so Forbidden Dance will get us Heart Flute, which allows us to essentially fight special showdowns for some reason. It also buffs up Synchronized Strike, which is actually kind of interesting. I kind of like how this I like how these innovations can gradually buff up Synchronized Strike, which is something you can pick up early. And this one will make it so Synchronized Strike, you can spend a survival to change a reaction to a reaction failure. So something like a reflex or a wound would instead become just a failure, which is kind of neat. And if we got Pictograph, we would get Memento Mori, which can have some potential benefits as well. I kind of like Nightmare Training. I think I'm going to pick up Nightmare Training because this will allow me to take advantage of people's survival points. So we'll go ahead and take that. And that'll bring us down to 9 innovations left in the deck. This is probably like the most innovations I've had in a long time. Mainly because I've been saving resources for so I can actually do them on Nemesis years as well. Alright, so that takes care of that. That was our first endeavor. Let's go ahead and do an endeavor to do Shrine. We'll just get that out of the way now. So roll 1d10. 6, that is enough to get +1 armor to all locations. Yep. So that's good to go. Next, let's take a look at the Barber Surgeon stuff that we can mess around with real quick. So Barber Surgeon. So Almanac, which we can't get, but what it does is you can, it makes you immune to disorders, which is amazing. But it is soluble and flammable, so we would have lost it last time. Brain Mitt, remove all your tokens and stand up. You may use this while knocked down, use once per showdown. That could be pretty useful for the this Kingsman fight. The problem is it's an equipment, it's gear, so it takes up a slot. Bug Trap. At the start of Showdown, roll 1d10 on a 3+, add Bug Patch terrain card to the Showdown board. We always have Bug Trap, or Bug Patch, because we fight antelopes all the time. But it would also work on Nemesis fights. Elder Earrings. At the start of Showdown, gain +2 survival, +1 hunt experience after a showdown. So this is a way you can speed up leveling. First Aid Kit. On arrival, all survivors gain +3 survival. Remove 1 bleeding or negative attribute token from yourself or an adjacent survivor. It's heavy, unfortunately, but that's fine. Musk Bomb. If adjacent to a monster, when it draws AI, you may spend 2 survival and archive Musk Bomb to roll 1d10 on a 3+, discard AI without playing it. So this is a way to kind of counteract a I think you get to see the AI card, but I'm not sure. The game's not the most clear about that. Scavenger Kit. When you defeat a monster, gain either 1 random basic resource or 1 random monster resource from that monster's resource deck. This is unique, so you can only have 1. It's also heavy. But that essentially gets you +1 resource every fight, which is pretty awesome. It's not going to be useful for this Nemesis fight, but it can be useful in other cases. So essentially you can have a character that's just all about just buffing up the hunt resources and things like that, which is kind of neat. I kind of like that. Scavenger Kit would require a scrap it up pelt, which thankfully we do have. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do anything as far as crafting any of the new lantern gear. We just don't have any iron. We don't have enough scrap either to make iron. We can go and try to get more, but I don't think that's a good option. Also, if we had Forbidden Dance, we could do Harvest Rituals, which can allow us to shuffle monster resources away to get basic resources. It's something. Anything else that we can mess around with? I think I do want to get the Scavenger Kit, but I'm not in a particular hurry right now. The Musk Bomb is kind of interesting. First Aid Kit's pretty good. At the very least, with the First Aid Kit, you can use it to essentially counter. It takes an action and it'll remove 1 negative attribute. But if you do things like surging as well, you at least remove 2. So it's something. It's also got green tabs in all directions, which is always useful. And thanks to the stone circle, we also have access to charms, which we could use to try to get some fancy abilities as well. So there's definitely some things we can mess around with, but I'm not exactly sure there's any I want to dive into. They're going to take anything I have to do is going to require me to significantly reduce my armor, possibly. But yeah, it is what it is. Anything else that I want to mess with? I mean, is there anything I really want to craft? I mean, the First Aid Kit is kind of interesting. At the very least, I can use it to counteract what's coming, but it's going to be a downward slope one way or the other. The Brain Mitt, I think it might be a thing, but it requires a Screaming Brain, which I think we have 1 of. Actually, we might have 2 of. Yep, we have 2 Screaming Brains, so we can make Brain Mitts. And that could be used at least temporarily. Yeah, remove all your tokens and stand up, but you have to consume it, and it takes an action. But it gives you some options. It removes also positive tokens as well, so that is something as well. Good news is it doesn't get archived, it looks like. Or actually, I think it gets archived. I'm pretty sure it gets archived. Let me make sure. It's a keyword, so I should be able to look it up. But all the other ones usually say archive on it. Consume. Okay, it says some are archived after use, so that means it's not archived. So that's pretty good. So that's good. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we can make some round shields. So one of the things we have to deal with as far as the Kingsman's concerned is the fact that he can, if we hit his trap card, he is going to kind of explode. And unfortunately, we're going to have to take Yuka for this fight, because she's the only one that has King Step right now. And she's the only one that can bypass all the nastiness. So that's something we'll have to keep in mind. So it's something. And anything with heavy armor is going to be a pain, one way or the other. So, for one thing, we're not taking Hatate for the next fight because we don't need her. We don't really need her there. Her specialization is going to be good enough. All right, but I'll move all that stuff later. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to do face painting and try to. We do have those love paints to still play around with, so let's go ahead and do that first. Do we have any matchmakers? We have one. We have one matchmaker, so we can do one of those as well. Alright, but first we need to roll Founder's Eye. So, 1d10. I need a 4+, so Founder's Eye. Failed, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so it took 4 to get the +1 on intimacy rolls, but we have it. And then I'm not going to worry about the battle paint, so we don't need to worry about that. Alright, so 4 endeavors used. So 1 was for innovation, 1 was for shrine, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. We still have 6 endeavors left. Let's go ahead and use 1 for intimacy. We'll go ahead and use who do we want to use? Doesn't really matter who, because we can use anyone's rerolls. So I don't really care about getting more guitar specialization. We don't need that. Yuka, Ringo. So we can get another club specialized person. To be honest, I think I kind of want to go for a different weapon. I could work on bow. That's an option. Because I know Rayson just wants to just steal everything. Also, whoever kills the Kingsman is going to be cursed. So, Sugume? I think we'll be taking... Oh, Sugume has King Step. I forgot about that. Because of her curse, she has cursed arms and legs. So I think I'm going to be taking Sugume out for a spin. She's got a bow. So tell you what. We'll do Sugume. Alright, Sugume and Anzan is fine. Alright, so 2d10 and then we get +1 because of the paint. So 2d10. So that's a 5 because we have to take the lowest because we are survival of the fittest. That's going to give us +1 population. I know that pretty much already, but I'll have it I'll open that page just in case. Intimacy. Yep, 5 is just +1 population. So go ahead and add that to the pile. Duplicate, save. All right, and then I'll use the love juice to do another one. Oh, also, actually, this one's going to actually have different stats. I forgot. So, 1 strength because of survival of the fittest, and +1 evasion. Then +1 strength because of barbaric. So that's 2 strength, 1 evasion. +1 understanding because of graves. And then +1 strength, evasion, and accuracy. So 2 evasion. All right, and then we'll put +1 bow. All right, got that going. All right, so we got that going. I don't think there's anything else that we get. No, we don't. All right. Also, move that up. Boop. And boop. All right. So I'll go ahead and do another roll. Same thing. We'll get +1 still. We're going to be using the love juice, which I just deleted. Yeah, I just deleted it. So 2d10. I'll use a reroll. I'll use Newbie's reroll. Actually, no, I'll use a copy of Newbie's reroll. Okay. 1d10. 4. So it's another 5. We'll go ahead and make a copy. All right. And then we have, what we can also do is we can, with pottery, we can spend a endeavor to gain a love juice from our organ, and we can get and then we also can get an additional hide, but we're not going to get an additional hide because we're going to be getting Tridecanthus. So we'll go ahead and use one of our organs. We had 1 organ, so instead of using that for the innovation, I would have used the beast steak. We'll just do that. All right. Actually, I think it just says use an organ. It doesn't say monster organ specifically. Yeah, just 1 organ. Okay, so that's fine. Now give us another love juice, and then we can use that and do another intimacy. So there's the endeavor for the conversion. 2d10. All right, we'll reroll. So we take the lowest result, and then we reroll it, and it becomes an 8. Actually, I have to reroll twice. I don't know how it works exactly. It's kind of weird. I'm just going to reroll. That was 1 reroll from that one, and then I'll reroll the other one. All right, so because I'm not sure how it works. I'm not sure if you're supposed to take the first one of the results and then re-roll that, or am I supposed to re-roll both because I still have to pick the lowest. In any case, I'll pick the worst. I'm not going to worry about searching it. We'll just pick the worst option and go from there. We'll just pick that. There we go. So all the regular newbies don't have re-rolls anymore. But we did get it was a 7 and a 9, so we get an 8. The settlement gains +1 population. The male and female survivors share a deep bond and gain +10 survival each. So that puts Sagome at maxed out survival. And same thing for Unzon, who's always been maxed. Also, this new one has +1 strength because we have beds. So, we'll duplicate, save. So this one is going to have 4 strength. And save. Alright, so that puts us, we gained 3 population from the hunt itself, and we gained another 3 population from all of this. We did give up 3 rerolls, but I think it was worthwhile because we just used 3 rolls of those weaker characters. This will bring us to, we were originally at 28, so we're at 34 population now. So we're in really good shape there. We have 4 endeavors left. A few options we still need to do, or we can do, is we can take, I mean, we can do more, we could try auguries to try to do more intimacies, but honestly, we're at such a high population, we don't really need more people. I do kind of want to get some more shields, because we haven't really been messing with shields much. We've been kind of pure offense, and shields will be shields counter the Kingsman's Trap card. So I think I'm going to be going for that. So leather, bone, and hide. We need to spend an endeavor to convert hide into leather. So that brings us down to 3 endeavors left. Sugume has Thrill Seeker, Extra Sense. Okay, yeah, you're good to go. We don't need Racing. Alright. So yeah, we need, we'll take a, there's a hide. We do want to, I do want to hold on to a pelt. To make a scavenger kit, we need a scrap and a pelt. So I'll go ahead and get rid of this broken lantern and this pelt to get a scavenger kit. We're not going to use it for this upcoming hunt, but, or this upcoming battle, but kit. I think that's that's good enough. Good. All right, scavenger kit. I also do want the first aid kit if possible. So there's the hide, leather, and the other leather that we need for the kit. Bone for the first aid kit, and then a bone for the shield. There. Okay, so that's enough to get the shield. So we get a leather shield now. Okay. Good to go on that front. Then I do kind of want to make some brain mints. Also, Musk Bomb just takes pure resources, so we can actually technically make that out of like bugs. So that's an option. Let's get the first aid kit because we just made it. There we go. It's good to have. All right, so that brings it to 12. Basic resources. Okay, yeah, that's right. I was making sure I was counting correctly. Alright, Screaming Brain, we'll use that to get a brain mint. Probably not going to use it anytime soon, but it's good to have. It also has the tabs that are unique. So we got that going. Muscly Gums and 2 Bone to get a bug trap. We don't really need it. Speed Powder requires a second heart, which you only get from an antelope. And that's if you go inside its body, which is hard to do. 7 resources for a Musk Bomb. It's really, really tempting to get a Musk Bomb. You have to archive it though, so never mind. That's an expensive bomb. I can get if I convert an herb, I could get one more shield made. Question is do I want another shield made? I think we're good. We can make some monster grease to kind of up our evasion. Also, we have 2 founding stones that we should definitely be taking advantage of for this upcoming fight. And the circlet. Okay, so let's actually kind of hash out how our grid's gonna look. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of these. Oh, let's go ahead and get the dried acanthuses made. I'm gonna go ahead and just make 2. Actually, easier way to do this is just make copies. Copy. There we go. Alright, so dried acanthus, that'll keep us alive. And then definitely gonna get the shield. On Yuka, and that'll at least get her defenses up a little bit higher. And she'll be kind of designed to deal with the hit locations. Yeah, another shield wouldn't be terrible, but I think I'm gonna be okay without it. All right, and then we're gonna have an archer play around with. Okay, so Gume has to take her cursed equipment. That goes without saying. So arms, chest. They're not heavy, surprisingly, but I'm going to take heavy stuff anyway. So if I'm taking heavy stuff anyway... Oh, that's super convenient. So she has arms and chest, and I have lantern gear for the other spots. Only catch is I have to get the connections here to avoid the -2 movement. Oh, no, never mind, because I don't have -2 movement. So that's cool. That's going to be an interesting little set. Alright. So heavy gear is kind of a bane against Kingsmen's, because some of the reaction spots are just locations that'll just be like, alright, well, you fall over, and I get back all my fancy little pressures. So let's take off the Katars, so we don't need blood paint for this. Okay, so here's the King's Gear stuff. The Lantern Helmet, the Lantern Mail, and the Lantern Greaves, which are all heavy. I'm going to go ahead and give her the Beacon Shield, because she's already heavy anyway. And then I want to give her the bow. The bow and the arrow and the first aid kit. So she won't be taking any dried acanthus. She'll be fighting from a distance, so that's all fine. She'll take the first shot. She has King Step, so one way or the other, she'll at least be able to use that first arrow shot to help out a lot. Okay, so we got that going for us. Alright, that puts her... So essentially she'll have 7s and 8s for her armor and all in her locations. And we don't have to worry about any of the penalties, because we're not wearing any of the pieces that actually give penalties. So not too shabby there. She's got the bow. Unfortunately, she doesn't have. Does she? Is she specialized yet? Yes, she's specialized, so she can re-roll missed attack rolls, but not for the arrow. Shiki Eki. Kind of seeing what I can do with her. So we definitely want to take advantage of the, at the very least, yeah, we need to take advantage of the circlets and the founding stones to make this fight go as smooth as possible, because we want those free hits in. So maybe something like this. She might have to go without a, we'll see what slots are open. We don't need the pickaxes. We definitely don't need the sickle either. At least not for this fight. I mean, we will get some acanthus plants to mess around with, but that's not really something we want to focus on. Alright. How's Ringo doing? I might take it just with a green connection, though. Well, actually, we could take care of that with the Brain Mint. Alright, so Brain Mint and Monster Grease. So Brain Mint can make that connection there. Monster Grease there. No dried, we have dried acanthus, got that, +2 evasion on top of all of it, and the ability to consume to recover. Pretty helpful. So I think she's good to go. So we'll take her. Take Sugume. Best case scenario is we get Sugume the kill, so she gets cursed again, and that won't actually do anything to her. Besides that, that does kind of leave our options for founding stones a little limited. How's Shikieki been doing? Oh, alright, we're going to take Renazuki. Yeah, we are. This is Renazuki's time to shine. So what's Renazuki got right now? So, no more of that. Ambidextrous, Clutch Fighter, Kazotic. Is he insane? Yeah, he is. Alright. And he won't have heavy gear. So yeah, I don't want to dual wield though. Alright. So he's going to have to get at least one wound with the axe. Actually, yeah, this won't work. Because he can't. Yeah, Renazuki, I guess you get to sit this one out. As much as I would love to take you, it's not gonna happen. Yeah. Alright. So no Renazuki. We'll take Shikieki. So Circlet. Founding Stone. I think we're gonna go double Founding Stone. And no plant. I mean, we're probably what's going to kill us is not going to be the physical damage, even though it's going to hurt. It's going to be the him. So the idea is going to use one of these people with King Step to break through the things. Have Shikieki peek at the location, set a primary target, then surge to crit it. And do that a couple times. There's one that reduces speed, which will be a very good one to get. But I think that's going to be the gist of it as far as who we're taking. That still leaves us with some endeavors to play around with, which I might just go ahead and save those for next time and just spend them on like face painting, or maybe I could use it for drums or something along those lines. Because we have some of those options available to us. Oh, right, we have Nightmare Training. So the question is, who do I want to use Nightmare Training on? can't use it. I can't use it on Renazuki, unfortunately. I can use it on Ringo. She only has 2 survival. Never mind. You have to use 3 survival to even get started. Shikieki has none. Tsugume has 8. So that's something. You know what? Even though Tsugume is cursed, I think I'm going to use it on her. Yeah, I think I'll use it on her. So she'll lose 3 survival, and then I roll 1d10. So Tsugume is going to be down to 5 survival. 10. Alright, +1 accuracy or +1 strength. I will give her +1 accuracy. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and spend another 3, because I can do it multiple times. 1d10. 5, you may spend 1 survival and roll again. So I'll spend 1 survival and roll again. This will be my last chance. 2, you may spend 1 survival and roll again. I'm not going to, because if you roll a 1, there's a chance it'll be an instant death. And you have to spend survival to survive it. So there's that. Alright, so that was 2 endeavors. Probably a little wasteful, but that's okay. I'm going to do 1 more survival. I'm going to do Scrap Scavenging. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try Scrap Scavenging. There's a 40% chance we can get a Broken Lantern out of it. Tsugume, is it what? Uses survival to die, or die? Yeah, it is. Okay. Anyone low on courage? We'll send Ringo. I'm not going to bother searching to see if anyone else has courage. So Ringo, roll 1d10. 5, spend 1 survival. Something attacks from the darkness, spend 1 survival or die. Boop. Alright. So it takes care of that. And that is it for that. Alright. I think that's what we're going to be going with. This team here. I'll sort some other things out. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be one of our toughest fights on the timeline. Yeah, there's Butcher level 3, and then the Watcher, and then Kingsman level 3, and then eventually the Smoke Knight. Which, that's if we even get past year 25, which may or may not happen. Alright, so I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and call this a video. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this was Kingdom Death Monster 1.5. See you guys next time.